welcome to Rakish Carpet Sales. We're right now closed, but if you wish to buy a carpet, please call Rakish Show right here.
I need a big carpet, man. I'm a big guy. This is Forrest Talley, Highlander. How you doing, Rakesh?
You can see me, can't you? I'm doing wonderful.
Well, I'm on my phone, so I can't see you. But anyway, I kind of told this story once, but I want to tell it again since all this has come up a little bit. I bought a 5-pill, a 1-2-3 box, and a 90 amp power supply, and I had it for about 3 weeks, and I popped the pill. Okay, so I called Danny. And, I got the usual reply, what is your SWR, what's your coax situation, how much power did you put into it, blah, 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 okay? Mm-hmm. Ran plenty of amps here, no problem, done it before. I asked Danny, I said, well, Danny, what will it take to, get a repair, or, an analysis of this, and you can tell me what it's going to cost. And he says, well, I can tell you right now that all 5 pills are below. And I know personally that's not the way it works, okay?
Wait.
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
He told me over the phone after I told him that, I'd opened up the box, I looked inside, I saw one of the indicator resistors on a transistor or a pill blown, it was burned up, okay? And I told Danny this, and he says, well, that means that all 5 of the pills are blown.
Oh, because I understand, the way I understood you, I thought he said all 5 pills would blow. That's all 5 pill amplifiers would blow. Okay, I got you now. So basically saying, because of that resistors, you lost all 5 pills. Correct, sir. Which resistor and what is the location of that resistor that he was saying?
It's a 1x4 design. It was the first pill on the left, and the indicator was right next to it. It was burned up. The pill was bad. Okay. And so what I did is I asked him, I said, okay, what would be the cost to repair this? And he told me, he goes, well, we're going to have to change those Toshiba red dots out for some Chinese pills, and I'm only going to charge you $200 for that. And I'm going to put them in for you, and the labor on that's going to be $240. So, Rakesh, we're right now at $440. I've almost bought a brand new box.
Hold on. So $200 for the pills and $240 to put them in.
Correct.
So altogether, $440.
That is correct.
And how much was the amplifier to begin with?
About $640. It was a while back. I'm a little rusty. I could be off a little bit, but it was in that range.
So you got a better deal than I did, because I paid $650 for a straight 4. That means he too is charging reg heads more than Americans. Okay, I get the point. So let's go.
Well, what was funny about it is, I had to actually make payments to Danny, okay? I made 2 payments to Danny, I believe it was. I sent him like $500 the first time, and I told him, I said, look, pills are going to be going up. You said it yourself. Go out and get the pills now with this $500 while they're still at the good price, and, and I'll be forwarding you the remaining balance here shortly. Well, apparently he did not do that, and so when I did send the remaining balance of the money, he called me up and ragged me out on the phone, telling me that, now I'm losing money because, the pills are so much more expensive now. If you'd have paid me all of this all at once, I could have went ahead and started work. Well, the way I see it, the $400 I sent to him wasn't his paycheck. It was an investment in a amplifier that he should have went out and got the parts for while they were still at the lower price, because he knew they were going to be rising in price. Does that make good sense, sir?
No, I'm totally confused.
How can I help you with your confusion?
Okay, what am I confused is? You mentioned you sent him $500 to purchase red dots, right?
Correct.
5 red dots at $75. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 5, 25. That's $400, right?
No. Let's back up just a moment here. Okay, now what had happened is, remember, he had told me he had to replace all 5 bills for $200, and then labor was $240.
But that's for the HGs or the Chinese pills.
The Chinese bills.
Right.
Okay? And that wasn't going to fly with me, because I wasn't going to pay, 80 to 90% of what a new amplifier is going to cost me to get it repaired. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I'm letting the cat out of the bag so everybody can, probably laugh at me and make fun of me.
No.
But everybody knows about the video that Chad Jolly made with the 1, 2, 3 box.
Was that the one I reviewed? With the magic?
Yeah.
Magic?
Okay. That was my box, Rakesh. The one that you're asking for the video of.
Okay, gotcha.
That was my box.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, So now you didn't want the Chinese pills. You still wanted to go with Toshiba's, correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So
yes,
what did Danny tell you at that point in time?
Well, basically, I didn't consult him anymore, because when I talked to Sheba Red Dot, he says, I can't get them, because you're going to have Chinese pills, and that's the only way I'm going to do it.
Oh, so he won't build anymore with Toshiba's, right?
Well, not for me, at least. Okay? That was his story. Now, I know 018's on here, so he can collaborate a little bit this if he wants to. Mm-hmm. But basically, I sent the box down to Chad, and this was before, I knew all of the stuff that was going on between everybody, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I just looked at him as, a technician that I knew, seemed like a nice guy. Mm-hmm. Well, when he made his video, I didn't want any feelings hurt. So I told him, I said, if you make any videos, please put a towel over the amplifier and don't show anybody the amplifier itself. I don't want any, bad feelings between anyone. Mm-hmm. Okay? Well, unfortunately, if you remember back to the video, it's probably within 20 or 30 seconds the first thing he does is walk over and pick up the towel and show everybody that it's a 1, 2, 3 box.
Which is good. What's wrong with that?
Well, I didn't want to hurt Danny's feelings at the time. I mean, I was just trying to be nice. I guess I was being a little
you wanted to be a good person, and you didn't want Danny to feel bad that Chad Jolly has his box on the bench.
That is correct.
Okay, that's generous of you. That's good.
When it comes right down to it, Rakesh, after I paid for the box is mine. And I can have anybody that I want to work on it.
Whatever you want.
And I don't have to go back to 1, 2, 3.
No, you don't.
For every little bitty thing.
Especially when the guy tells you he can't get Toshiba's no more, and he won't do anything else. Then is this another one of those fuckers that we're going to push this product?
But what was so funny is I was talking with Chad down there, and I went ahead and had Chad go ahead and put in 5 Toshiba Red Dot.
I've seen the pills. There were Toshibas, yeah.
Yeah. And
how did Chad get him, but Danny couldn't get him?
Danny couldn't get him. Okay.
Danny didn't want to get him, because at that time HGs were just coming around, and he wanted to push that.
Most likely, but the words and terminology that he used with
how much money?
Pills.
How much money did you end up paying for 5 transistors to Chad when he was ordering them?
It was about I would say $225 maybe,
For
something like that.
For 528.79.
Chad would know better. Chad would know better. He's in the room. He could probably put the number up for us.
Sure.
He's got me blocked, and I can't see him, but I know that he's in the room.
Okay.
And so anyway, Chad noticed that the relay wasn't working properly either. Okay? So Chad replaced the relay for me.
Okay.
He replaced the pills, and he sent the box back to me. Now, I want you to understand, the box has worked better than it ever did with Danny 123's pills. After Chad got done, it worked better. Okay? I know, Chad and I, we have a little falling out, but the thing about it is the truth is the truth, and it works better now than it did when it worked, when I got it from Danny. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And, and I felt pretty bad after Danny had seen that film, that video where the towel got pulled up. So I called Danny directly, and I told him, I said, Danny, look, I'm sorry if I offended you or anything like that. I said, I just wanted Toshiba pills. You said you couldn't get them for me. Chad could, and, I hope you can forgive me for going a different direction. But, I felt the need to get the Toshiba pills. I felt much more reliability would be found there. Okay? Mm-hmm. Well, he told me, he goes, I can forgive you, but I'm never going to forget you. He goes, don't you ever call me for anything ever again. He goes, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want nothing to do with that box again. Don't ever, send it to me whatsoever. Okay? And, I said, well, Danny, I said, now, is that really the way we professionally should act? Aren't we professionals here? Can't we talk this out? I mean, you must understand, if you couldn't get the Toshibas, Chad could. I'm going to go with the Toshibas. And he just had an absolute, I'm going to say it, he had a shit fit, okay? And was cussing, screaming on the phone, calling me names, told me never to,
can you recall which one was one of the names he called you? I would just like to hear it, please.
Motherfucker.
Okay, that's beside that. Anything in particular that stuck out most?
Disloyal son of a bitch.
Why does loyalty, where does the loyalty come from?
Because it was his box.
But it doesn't matter. But what's loyalty? What does loyalty mean? When you're loyal to somebody?
To him, it means that, no matter if you buy one of his boxes, you better send it back to him, or he's never going to work on it for you again.
Has he called you a fucktard by any chance?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not into all that,
No, I am into all that, because it needs to be addressed. How about fuckstick?
Yes. And he basically, called me he called me repeatedly stupid MF. Stupid MF. He goes, you're a sea sucker, okay? You know what I'm saying, okay? And, I'm totally shocked by all this, because I'm like, what in the world? Isn't this guy supposed to be professional? I've seen so many wonderful videos of stuff on, YouTube, things like that, It's all smoke and mirrors is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's all smoke and mirrors. Okay.
And it's just the beginning of it, because I assure you, more is coming. It's just gonna be a roll after roll after roll. So Chad Jolly fixes your amplifier. You got the amplifier.
I'm sorry?
So Chad Jolly fixed your amplifier. You got the amplifier back.
Yeah. And like I said, Chad's listening, and I'm telling him that it works better than it did when Danny Frischetti built it. Okay? So, needless to say, I thought I'd done everything I could, to try to mend fences with Danny and stuff like that.
How long did the conversation last? When you
I'm
were
sorry, I didn't catch that. Please repeat.
How long did the conversation last when he was calling you out these names?
Oh, we're talking probably in the area of maybe 6 or 7 minutes.
Did he hang up on you?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he did. And immediately he blocked me on Facebook. Okay.
Do you have any messages afterwards or something that would?
I would have to look. I know the group likes to see proof. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Actual.
Yes, but if you do have something that could contradict, it would be nice. But I believe you, because after all, that's his defense mechanism.
Well, I did mention this one time, some time ago, and I think it was David Rome or whatever, something like that.
Yes,
he seems like a real nice guy.
He
but,
is. He is very nice guy.
I mean, he made a comment. It sounds like this guy is butthurt. Well, he was absolutely right. I was butthurt, okay? Because, number one, this guy did this to me, and nobody was listening to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And now everybody is starting to see a much clearer picture of exactly what the 1, 2, 3 environment is all about, okay? It wasn't the fact that I was butthurt. It was the fact that Danny couldn't uphold his part of the deal. What he should have done is help me get the proper pills, and he should have charged me a decent price. I mean, $440. I mean, I literally, add a couple hundred to that, and I could go out and buy another 5 pill.
Did he ever dare you in any of that conversation while you were talking about how much it would cost to fix the amplifier? Did he dare you to go somewhere else? Did he dare you to do anything like that?
Not at all. Not at all. He thought he had me wrapped around his thumb. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he felt that I wasn't, he felt that I was absolutely stupid. Now, folks out there are going to probably think, what the hell's going on here when I say this, but I don't have any electronic equipment or anything like that. I used to work on radios. I've got a degree in electronic communication. And the thing about it is, I don't have all the tools. Like, for example, that you just mentioned, your truck was a tool. If you didn't have your truck, you couldn't do your job.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope.
I don't have those tools. I don't have those tools. And I'm not, I'm more versed with radio than I am with amplifiers. So I wanted someone with amplifier, knowledge to work on my box. Okay? That's why I called Danny back again. Because I was already, kind of stunned by the price of everything.
Why were you stunned?
Done.
Why were you stunned? I was being charged $850 for the same amplifier by D-Rail. And I got charged $650 from the man himself for a straight 4. Why were you stunned? Why would you be stunned?
Well, I guess it was because I saw Danny's pricing list prior to, whenever I was able to afford to, start my first payment to Danny, and the price had went up quite dramatically.
Oh, it did? It did? As soon as he got the first payment, the prices went up.
Oh, the price. Well, the prices had went up before he got the first payment. I knew what I was paying. Have no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. I knew how much I was going to pay. That's my fault. Okay.
How much was the end result price with purchase of the amplifier and fixing by
about $1,400?
How much?
About $1,400.
Why $1,400?
So they charged me a boatload for the power supply too.
No. I'm talking about how much was the purchase price of the amplifier and the fixing price by Chad Jolly altogether. How much is this 1x4 ended up costing you?
Oh, let's see here. It was about $630 to buy it, and Chad fixed it for probably around I'm going on guesswork a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure it was around 225. So, I'm up in the 850s, 860s, something like that for a 5-pill.
Mm-hmm.
Then, there was the power supply.
No. I don't care about that. So 850, and how many times did you have to pay for shipping back and forth? How much did it end up in shipping prices?
I actually did very well with that. Chad was, very thorough with his analysis of, I know that, Chad gets some hits sometimes and things like that. But, I mean, he pretty much told me straight up as it was. Now, I only had to have it shipped down to Chad one time. It came back one time. Now I let Chad have the other 4 pills that were good, okay, as just a gesture of being nice because he had done some extra things for me.
So it's safe to say about $850, and you still have a lunchbox shitter. Did you learn a lesson? Did you learn a lesson from this?
Oh, my gosh, yes, absolutely. And, the thing about it is that, I talk on the amplifier all the time, and after Chad got done with it, it talked at least 5 times better than it did when I had Danny, originally build it for me.
And you're not saying you're not just saying this because of the way Danny handled you and talked to you. You're just saying this because
I'm so far past butthurt that it doesn't even matter to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not important anymore. If that's lost money, who cares? Who cares?
Do you realize that you are not the first or the last customer of his who went through the same BS?
Well, I'm starting to learn it. I'll be honest with you. When I first came out with this, a lot of people told me, oh, you're just a butthurt, individual, because you didn't get your way or something. It wasn't like that at all. I'm a very courteous man. I try to work with folks. Now, occasionally, we disagree. Chad and I have disagreed. Danny and I have disagreed before. But, at least Chad can take, what you have to say to him and respond to it, where Danny just hangs up on you.
Do you know the number? Do you know the number of that amplifier? Did it have a number inside written like the rest of them?
No, there are no numbers in there. It says 1, 2, 3, Chicago.
Inside the amplifier. Inside when you open it up.
It's got a year stamp. 2015.
2015. All right. So that's the older boxes. Okay, no problem. Well, Chad Jolly just said, Forrest Talley, seems you're being cool. You're being unblocked. So Chad Jolly just unblocked you. Maybe you two can now go kiss each other, see the codec flash.
Oh, that's great because Chad, and I, we've always got along real well. And, I'm embarrassed, to be honest with you.
No, don't be embarrassed. Listen, you're being honest. You're being honest. You're telling it how it is. There is no things to be embarrassed about this. There is just the right thing to do and the wrong thing.
Everybody saw that video, and I saw all the comments. What moron?
Did you like the way I reviewed it? Because I did a really good review on it. That mother yucker was doing some crazy shit, man. The magic he installed.
Yeah. I laughed through the whole thing, to be honest with you.
Beavis! Doing 800 fucking watts.
I know. And I'm just thinking, oh, Lord, what if the CV community finds out that this was my box?
It doesn't matter whose box it is. It doesn't matter whose box it is. What matters now is that we're looking at serious shit. Jokes aside, all that fuckery aside, we're looking at, man, I really do. I really am sitting here and I'm thinking about this guy. Boy, does he got some shit going on out there, man. He is
about as two-faced as you can get, okay? He will smile to your face all the way up to the time that he has your money, and then he will he treated me like I was a piece of crap. Okay? I can't explain it any better than that. When I got done with the purchase and everything, normally when you purchase something from somebody, even if it's a used radio, you hear the words, "Thank you." I never once heard him say, "Thank you for the purchase of this amp."
But you heard fuckstick, fucktard.
Oh, I heard fuckstick, fucktard. What else? You're trying to fuck. He said this. You're trying to fuck me over. I'm the only one that could work on that box. You should have known better than that. And because you didn't,
Really?
I'm never going to sell you another amp. I'm not going to work on your amp ever again. I'm done with you. And I'm like, Danny, it doesn't have to be that. Okay? It doesn't have to be that way. And he just wouldn't listen to me. And finally, he got so flustered, he was cussing, and all I hear is click. He's gone. Okay? And immediately, when he saw the amplifier on the Chad video there, I was immediately blocked off Facebook.
Oh, really?
Okay? Oh, yes, immediately. And, I'm going to say it again. Chad fixed the amp.
Let me ask you something. Did he ever mention...
5 times better than it did.
Right, let me ask you this.
Chetty did it.
Let me ask you this. Did he ever tell you had to have his jumpers, the 12-footers?
No, he never talked about no jumpers. Never talked about anything except, he did mention jumpers one time, and that was, "Are you sure your jumpers are good?" And I'm like, well, it works. They all work great on these other amplifiers that I'm using here.
But he never mentioned the size or the length or anything like that. He never did that.
Oh, no. No, there was no, tuning with the coax or, what is the length of your coax feed to your antenna or anything like that. I mean, he didn't even bring up the topic whatsoever. He was so mad that someone else got a chance to look into his box that, that was all he could think about.
Did he ever blame your antenna for it?
Oh, he asked me, he goes, "What kind of antenna do you have and what's your SWR?" And I'm like, well, it's on number 1, channel 1, it's about flat line. You get up about 20, you've got about maybe a 1.1. Remember, I don't have bird meters, so I'm not going to sit here and, feed BS to everybody. I've only got straight doses. We know they're not accurate, okay? But on 40, it was the very highest, and it was just below 1.2, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So...
How much power did it put out? How much power did you get out of that amplifier on a 12 picowatt meter?
How many watts do I get out of it?
No, before you send it to Chet, how much wattage was it putting out?
Oh, it was running about 650 watts.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
when Chad got done with it, it's doing 850 to 900 watts now on the same meter. I realize it's not a bird, but it's the same reference point. Okay.
So you got more power out of a Chad's. So you got a donkey stumped. Pretty cool shit. I'm glad to hear.
Oh, I got a 1, 2, 3 donkey stomper hybrid.
That's it, brother. That's it. You got the. Well, some of these amplifiers are going to be so much in price just because of all this. It's going to be freaking amazing. 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 Let's everybody join in with sing hallelujah right now because...
Well, I really thought about calling in and stuff like that, and I didn't want to cause any more crap or anything like that. But I just really couldn't hold my tongue when I hear about, all this stuff going on. And, like I said, I did mention this once before. And, some of the guys in our group, they called me butthurt. Well, I guess I probably was butthurt, I mean, when someone tells you, hey, they forgive you, but they're never going to forget what you did. And don't you ever come to me for an amp, and don't you ever bring your amp to me to be fixed. That's kind of permanent words, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
And any professional would never say those words.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay?
No, they wouldn't.
I was in sales for many years, and if something of mine went bad, we took care of the problem because we didn't want them shopping other, like, for example, if he would have taken care of the deal, got me some Toshiba pills, and gave me a decent price to fix it and everything, then he would have got the business, and there would have been, no other third party involved. But unfortunately, he didn't want to do that. And so that's why I went to Mr. Jolly, and he was able to find the pills with no problem whatsoever. Okay? No problem whatsoever. He made the changes. He put me in a new relay. He did some real good things for me. And, it went from an amp that I could get on 28 and couldn't get my name called for nothing to getting on 28 and talking all over the country.
Chad fucking Jolly's behind it. Chad fucking Jolly's behind it. Chad fucking Jolly's behind it.
But no, I'm so glad Chad has unblocked me because, I have no ill will toward Chad. I like Chad, for who he is. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm not perfect. I don't know anybody who is perfect, okay? But I just didn't get the response I expected from Danny after hearing such wonderful, wonderful things about him. It was because I wasn't part of the Chicago Rat Pack that, he talked down to me like a dog. And I'll tell you what, that's a mistake with me. I'll be honest with you. It's all I can do not to go up there and grab him by the neck, if you know what I'm saying.
More customers going after it. I'm telling you, people are pissed. They're certainly pissed.
I'll tell you what, big is big and whatever. It don't mean nothing, but I'm 6'6", and I'm 330 pounds, okay? I would kick him up by his neck and pile drive his head into the ground.
Who recommended? Okay? Who told you to even go there?
No, I didn't. It came out of me. I was possessed for just a moment there, Rakesh. I'm sorry.
No. I said who recommended you buying an amplifier from him?
Nobody. It was all my fault. It really was. It was all my fault.
So you went for the amp porn, right? You saw the paintings, you saw the prettiness, all the videos, the hocus pocus.
The videos,
the hocus pocus.
It really looked like he was, going to town, and I was seeing him at these shootouts and everything.
Right.
It really gave the illusion, that he was outstanding in his field. Well, I'll tell you what, he's outstanding in his field, and he's up to his ass in mud.
He's deeper than that, brother.
Okay.
Up to the ass was about a month ago. Right now he's over the top. So even
he's over the top.
He's over the top in the poop shoots. He is so far. He's so far in the mud that cheeseburgers are being handed out to him in the DX land.
Well, I got to give me one of them Ben rolling cheeseburgers, no doubt about it. And Ben,
you shall receive. You shall receive, because when you get them, they're gonna be good ones. Ben Rolling don't send no McDonald's cheeseburgers, crappy freaking shit. Looks like freaking somebody sat on their fat ass on them. You're gonna get a cheeseburger,
brother. Yeah. So that thing looks like just a pure slice of heaven, if you ask me. But I'm definitely gonna have to get Ben to get me somewhere where I can get me one of those sometime. I hope to get up to Chicago sometime and meet everybody and stuff like that. I'm gonna be down at Manchester. Going to get a chance to meet him down there. And, of course, I don't know if Danny's going to be down there or not, but...
we encourage him to. It would be lovely to see him down there.
It would be lovely.
It would be lovely. I think you should be down there, along with Jim Jones and everybody else. I really encourage him to.
Very good. I mean, are there, I mean, I haven't got to hear everything, okay? Is there other people, lots of other people that have had problems?
Let's just say we're starting to see people finally coming out of the woodworks and speaking off about it. But so far that I've seen, there is few people, yes.
Well, I am so glad, that, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want no one to have bad luck or bad deal or, what I'm saying, bad equipment or whatever. But I am so glad that what I once said is now being proven to be a factual statement of what I've experienced. And I understand why the folks thought, well, he's butthurt, he didn't get, something went wrong. He wasn't just real happy, so he's going to down Danny. Well, no, I don't want to down Danny. I really don't. Okay? But he does this to himself. And he does it over and over and over. And the more that he opens his mouth, the deeper he digs a hole.
Maybe that's why he won't talk to Rakish or to you people. Maybe that's why he's avoiding talking.
Oh, I guarantee it. He's afraid of being recorded again. When you guys recorded him, you took his legs clean out from under him. Okay? He didn't expect that. That was total surprise for him. And, and that's why he said the things that he said.
Why say the things that you can't back up in the beginning? Why talk to people?
That is correct.
Why talk to people in certain ways that, you never know if they're going to walk away and tell somebody else what you said. Oh, you're going to say, oh, this guy's full of shit. He got no proof. Tough shit, brother.
Right.
Tough shit.
And, it's okay if nobody believes me. That's all right because, I'm so far beyond it. It doesn't really matter anymore. But I do care about seeing other people getting shanghaied, by the great 1, 2, 3.
Didn't he have a Kung Pao?
He's so narcissistic.
Didn't he use?
Thinks he's freaking amplifier god. Okay, and actually he's an amplifier dud.
Dud.
Okay,
that's a new one. The butthurt dud.
Absolutely, and you know what? I'm not even mad at him no more.
Really?
I mean, I really am not. I'm not mad at him no more.
So the prayers are working. The prayers
when I do this stuff, I just have. I had to call in. Now, I don't like the way you talk to me like a dog. Okay, I was. This has nothing to do with anything. I was a cooler for 25 years. Okay, if you're familiar with what a cooler is.
Cooler?
And
when
nobody
you put drinks,
disrespected me. Excuse me?
You mean a cooler like when you put the drinks into it or something, like a fridge?
No, like a bouncer.
Oh, bouncer, okay. The guy that poop shoots everybody when they're... Okay.
Right. When the bouncer can't take care of the problem, the cooler comes and takes care of the problem.
Oh, so you were like this guy that once you're done with it, there is no more use for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have had it with him. I'll never buy another product, 1, 2, 3, ever again.
You can't because he won't sell to you.
Money.
You can't. He won't sell to you.
True. That's true. That's true. I guess I could buy it through a third party if I was desperate.
Probably not anymore. Probably not anymore because I think they're gonna go discontinued. Kung Pao style amplifiers, Chinese shit.
Unbelievable, man. I just thank you for giving me the time to blow off a little bit of steam.
Hey, after all, you're on the Muslim show over here because it's the raghead that's dealing with it. So there's nothing to tackle for. You got every right to do whatever you want. And I really think it's courageous that you came out. It's good to now see some of the truth that has been in the shadows, and I'm sure more people are going to come out.
Very good, Rakesh. Well, I don't want to bore everybody to death and everything like that. Okay, but I just wanted to fill in, a little bit of information about what I experienced and share that with the group. And those that wish to believe me, that's their prerogative.
Oh, I'm sure now everybody believes it because This just contradicts with everything. Well, I want to appreciate you for calling in. I think we have a few more minutes left in this section of the show. We're going to do an after party show, or we're going to continue after this one. And Mr. Talley, thanks for calling in. Your message is going to be heard. And stay strong. Don't let yourself be fooled the next time. Be good.
I appreciate it, my friend, and call me Highlander, to be honest, okay? Because this is the only one.
All right, Mr. Highlander, we are pleased to hear your story.
Have a great evening, Mr. Rakesh, okay?
You too, my friend. Thanks for calling in and letting us know, and we'll talk to you.
It was my pleasure. You have a good night, sir. Everybody out there, have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.